Ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to believe what just dropped in the sports world today. This could change everything for the Dallas Cowboys. Breaking news just came in that Jerry Jones is going all in on Pete Carroll to become the new head coach of America's team. Yes, you heard that right. Pete Carroll, head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, a legend in the NFL, may soon be making his way to Dallas. Let's break this down and dive deep into what this could mean for the Cowboys, Carroll, and the future of the NFL. Stay tuned, because this is big. Folks, hold on to your seats because the news just dropped and it's a game changer for the Dallas Cowboys. Breaking news this morning suggests that Jerry Jones, the ever-ambitious owner of the Cowboys, is going all in on Pete Carroll to become the next head coach of America's team. Yes, you heard that right. Pete Carroll, the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks and a Super Bowl champion, could soon be leaving the Pacific Northwest for a shot at revitalizing the Cowboys' championship aspirations. Now, this is huge, and it's not just about one coach taking over for another. This could be the beginning of a seismic shift in the NFL landscape. To fully understand why Jerry Jones is going after Carroll, we need to unpack the current state of the Cowboys, the pressures Jones is facing, and what Pete Carroll could bring to this historic franchise. Let's talk about Jerry Jones first, because this man does not shy away from making bold, often controversial moves. Over the years, Jerry has built a massive legacy as one of the most outspoken and influential owners in all of sports. But that influence has come with its fair share of criticism, especially when it comes to his decisions surrounding the Cowboys' head coaches. Think about it. The team has had its fair share of coaching changes, and despite having a star-studded roster, they've been unable to capture the elusive Super Bowl victory that Jones so desperately craves. Mike McCarthy's time in Dallas has been under constant scrutiny, especially after the Cowboys' inability to perform consistently in the postseason. That's where Pete Carroll comes into the picture. Pete Carroll is a man with a track record that speaks for itself. The 73-year-old has not only built a Super Bowl winning team with the Seattle Seahawks, but he's also established himself as one of the most respected leaders in the NFL. Under his leadership, the Seahawks boasted one of the most dominant defenses in the league, the Legion of Boom, and he turned Seattle into a perennial contender. Carroll's philosophy, always compete, is ingrained in everything he does, and it's a mentality that could take the Cowboys to new heights. Jerry Jones has likely watched Carroll's success from afar and seen the same thing we all have: a coach who thrives under pressure, who gets the best out of his players, and who has consistently been a winner throughout his long career. But here's the kicker: Carroll's time with the Seahawks hasn't been without its bumps. Despite the success he's had, Seattle has gone through a bit of a rough patch over the past few seasons. After their Super Bowl victory in 2013, the Seahawks have struggled to get back to that level of dominance. They've had some down years, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, and Carroll is starting to feel the pressure. For Jerry Jones, this presents an opportunity. While Carroll's time in Seattle might be winding down, the Cowboys could offer him a fresh challenge, a chance to take over one of the most iconic teams in the NFL and potentially cap off his legendary career with another championship run. This is a rare chance for Jerry to go after one of the most successful and proven coaches in the league and pair him with a roster full of talent that, for whatever reason, hasn't been able to break through. And let's talk about that talent, because if there's one thing the Cowboys have, it's potential. Quarterback Dak Prescott, running back Tony Pollard, and one of the league's top wide receivers in CeeDee Lamb. On defense, they've got a generational talent in linebacker Micah Parsons, who could be the cornerstone of a dominant defense under a coach like Carroll. The pieces are all there, but the coaching has been inconsistent. That's where Carroll comes in. He's a coach who knows how to build a strong, balanced team. He's a motivator, a teacher, and someone who knows how to get the most out of his players, both on and off the field. Carroll's emphasis on defense, a style that has been successful for him in Seattle, would mesh perfectly with the Cowboys' need to improve on that side of the ball. Now, what's truly remarkable here is the timing of all this. Pete Carroll is still under contract with the Seahawks through 2025, which means that Jerry Jones isn't just making a simple hire. This would be a high-stakes negotiation. Carroll would have to leave a franchise that he's built into a powerhouse over the past decade. He's a beloved figure in Seattle, a coach with a deep connection to the city and its fanbase. The Seahawks are also in the midst of a rebuild of their own, and Carroll could choose to stick it out and finish his career in Seattle. So, for Jerry Jones to land Pete Carroll, he's going to have to pull out all the stops. He might have to offer a contract that's too good to refuse, or perhaps even find a way to work out a trade with the Seahawks. Either way, Jones is betting that Carroll's desire for a fresh challenge will outweigh his loyalty to the Seahawks. And if Carroll does come to Dallas, the ripple effects will be felt across the entire NFL. The Cowboys would instantly become one of the most interesting teams in the league. Imagine what kind of changes we could see to the roster, particularly on defense. Carroll has always prioritized having a physical, hard-hitting, and fast defense, something that would complement the Cowboys' young, explosive players like Parsons and defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence. On offense, Carroll's run-first philosophy could mesh well with the team's existing weapons, giving the Cowboys a more balanced attack. The possibilities are endless, and that's what makes this rumored move so exciting. But as with any big decision in the NFL, there's bound to be some backlash. Pete Carroll, despite his success, isn't universally adored. His age, his coaching style, and his somewhat unorthodox approach to team management could all be points of contention for some Cowboys fans. There are people who believe the Cowboys should go in a completely different direction, perhaps with a younger, more innovative coach. There's also the question of Carroll's long-term future. He's not getting any younger, and some might question whether he's the right person to lead the Cowboys into the future. But for Jerry Jones, those questions might be secondary to the most important one: can Carroll bring a Super Bowl to Dallas? And if Jones thinks the answer is yes, then he's going to go all in, regardless of the naysayers. This is the type of move that could shake up the entire NFC. Imagine the Dallas Cowboys with Pete Carroll at the helm, going toe-to-toe with the best teams in the conference like the Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers, and Minnesota Vikings. The Cowboys would be immediate contenders, with a coach who has been there before and knows what it takes to win the big game. Jerry Jones, as we know, is obsessed with winning another Super Bowl, and if he truly believes that Pete Carroll is the key, he's going to do whatever it takes to bring him to Dallas. As the news continues to develop, we'll be keeping a close eye on how this situation unfolds. If Jerry Jones really is all in on Pete Carroll, we could be witnessing the start of a new era in Dallas, one where the Cowboys return to their former glory and finally make good on their Super Bowl aspirations. The future of the Cowboys is uncertain right now, but if this deal comes to fruition, you can bet it'll be one of the most exciting chapters in franchise history. So, what do you think about this potential hire? Can Pete Carroll turn the Cowboys into champions once again? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the latest updates on this developing story.